You're listening to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, created to help you succeed in your IT Fundamentals certification journey. Learn more at baremetalcyber.com, where additional prepcasts, books, and training materials await. Let's get started. In this episode, we introduce one of the most foundational models in information security, the CIA Triad. This triad is not related to any government agency but stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These three principles represent the core objectives of protecting data and systems in any IT environment. Understanding the CIA Triad helps learners recognize the essential goals of security practices and how they apply across various technologies and scenarios. The CIA Triad is a central concept within Domain 6 of the Information Technology Fundamentals Plus exam. Questions often present situations where one of these principles is violated or upheld, and your task is to identify which part of the triad is involved. The exam does not require implementation knowledge. There is no need to configure encryption, write security policies, or troubleshoot systems. The focus is strictly on conceptual understanding and recognizing how these principles apply in basic IT scenarios. The CIA Triad is a three-part model that provides a framework for securing information. Each letter stands for a different objective: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These three elements work together to ensure that data is protected from unauthorized access, remains accurate and unaltered, and is available when needed. A complete security strategy addresses all three areas to ensure that information is both safe and usable. Confidentiality refers to the protection of data from being accessed by unauthorized individuals. This means only people who are approved to see the data should be able to view it. Maintaining confidentiality involves setting proper access controls, applying permissions, and using technologies like encryption to protect sensitive content. It is about ensuring that privacy is respected and that information does not fall into the wrong hands. Examples of confidentiality concerns include medical records that are only visible to authorized healthcare staff, password-protected documents that restrict access to certain users, and encrypted messages that cannot be read without the correct key. Each of these methods helps ensure that data remains confidential and is not disclosed to unauthorized users. Protecting confidentiality is especially important for personal, financial, and health-related information. Integrity refers to the accuracy and consistency of data. It ensures that data has not been modified, either intentionally or by accident, without proper authorization. Maintaining integrity is about making sure that information remains trustworthy and reflects the correct values, entries, or conditions. If data is altered in an unauthorized way, the integrity of that data is compromised. Examples of integrity issues include corrupted files caused by software bugs or storage errors, unauthorized changes to financial data that alter records or transaction totals, and logs or messages that have been modified to hide certain events. Technologies that help protect integrity include hashing, checksums, and version control systems. On the exam, any mention of tampering or incorrect data points to an integrity issue. Availability means ensuring that data and systems are accessible to authorized users whenever they are needed. If a system crashes, a network is disrupted, or a service is slow or unresponsive, then availability is affected. Keeping systems available is essential to maintaining productivity, ensuring operations continue smoothly, and providing services to users and customers. Examples of availability protections include redundant servers that take over if one fails, regular data backups that allow restoration after loss, and system uptime monitoring tools that alert administrators to performance issues. Availability also involves proactive planning, such as using load balancers or cloud services that automatically scale with demand. On the exam, any mention of delays, outages, or inaccessibility likely refers to an availability issue. The three components of the triad work together to form a complete picture of data security. Weakness in one area can affect the others. For example, if a system is not available due to a cyber attack, then even the most confidential and accurate data cannot be used. If integrity is compromised, even highly available and private data cannot be trusted. Understanding how these principles support each other helps reinforce the importance of addressing all three in security planning. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Balancing the CIA triad is a key consideration in security planning. While all three elements are important, overemphasizing one can sometimes weaken another. For example, adding too many layers of protection to ensure confidentiality may slow down access to data and harm availability. On the other hand, focusing solely on availability may lead to reduced security controls, increasing the risk of data leaks or tampering. The goal in most environments is to find a balance that meets business needs while protecting data effectively. There are important exam terms associated with each component of the triad. For confidentiality, terms like privacy, access control, and encryption are directly related. These refer to the ways in which data is kept hidden from unauthorized users. For integrity, key terms include accuracy, tampering, and checksum. These describe how data is kept reliable and unchanged. For availability, words like uptime, redundancy, and failure recovery are often used. These terms highlight the systems and strategies that ensure data can be accessed when required. The CIA triad is used not just as a learning tool, but as a practical model in professional IT settings. Security teams use the triad when designing protection strategies, writing policies, conducting risk assessments, or training users. While the Information Technology Fundamentals Plus exam does not require learners to implement these ideas, it does expect you to understand their significance and be able to apply them in concept-based questions. Some common scenarios on the exam will directly test your ability to match events with the correct part of the triad. If a question describes an organization that cannot access a key system due to a server crash, that's an availability issue. If a file has been changed without authorization, possibly by malware, then the issue is related to integrity. If someone is able to view documents they shouldn't have access to, that's a breach of confidentiality. Recognizing the trigger words in each scenario helps you select the correct principle. It is also important to understand how these three principles differ from each other. Confidentiality is about who is allowed to see the data. It restricts access to prevent unauthorized viewing. Integrity is about whether the data is correct, unchanged, and reliable. It ensures that the information is trustworthy. Availability is about whether data or services are accessible when needed. It guarantees that users can get to their data without delays or failures. Each component of the CIA triad supports business continuity by protecting against a different category of risk. Confidentiality guards against information exposure. Integrity defends against misinformation or fraud. And availability prevents downtime and service disruption. Together, they ensure that data remains secure, useful, and accessible. These principles are built into nearly every IT security measure, from login systems and antivirus tools to backup plans and disaster recovery procedures. The exam will not include tasks such as writing security policies, configuring encryption settings, or setting up backup schedules. You will not be asked to troubleshoot availability issues or create user roles. Instead, the exam focuses on conceptual recognition. You may be asked to define each element of the triad, match terms to their meaning, or identify which principle is being violated in a real-world scenario. Understanding the CIA triad is foundational because it supports every other concept in cybersecurity and IT protection. More advanced certifications and job roles will expand on these same principles. Whether working with firewalls, access control lists, secure file transfers, or system monitoring tools, professionals constantly return to the CIA triad as a guiding model. It appears in national security frameworks, compliance standards, and nearly every IT security guideline. A helpful way to remember the CIA triad is to picture it as a triangle. Each side represents one of the three objectives: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. If you remove one side, the structure collapses. This visualization reminds learners that each part is necessary to keep data secure, trustworthy, and usable. On the exam, remembering this triangle analogy may help reinforce which terms belong to which category. To summarize, the CIA Triad is a three-part framework that supports all information security goals. Confidentiality ensures that data is private. Integrity ensures that data is accurate and unaltered. Availability ensures that data and systems can be accessed when needed. The Information Technology Fundamentals Plus exam frequently references these concepts, and recognizing them is essential for answering Domain 6 questions and building a strong IT security foundation. Thanks for tuning in to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, your trusted source for cybersecurity news and insights. Remember to subscribe at baremetalcyber.com so you never miss an update. And visit cyberauthor.me for best-selling cybersecurity books that equip you with expert knowledge. Until next time, stay secure and stay vigilant.